Hello, my name is Jim DeMeo and this is A Course in Miracles. Today is Lesson 26. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. Just like to say that sometimes we try and have it both ways, right? We want to be vulnerable, and yet at the same time, we resist the idea that we're one. As long as we resist the idea that we're one, we're engaging in the attack thoughts. And the consequence is we don't feel invulnerable, we feel highly vulnerable, quite afraid, and that's why so defensive. So, time for a change in thinking, don't you think? We are one, and because of that, we are invulnerable. It is surely obvious that if you can be attacked, you are not invulnerable. You see attack as a real threat. That is because you believe that you can really attack. Look, if we're one, there is no such thing as attack. And what would have effects through you must also have effects on you. It's how it is based on how we believe, right? We can feel invulnerable, or we can feel quite frightened. It is this law that will ultimately save you. Yes, because we'll learn to change our mind. And that's what saving means in the Course in Miracles. Coming back to God, our Creator, recognizing our union with one another as the one Son of God. It is this law that will ultimately save you, but you are misusing it now. You must therefore learn how it can be used for your own best interests rather than against them. Misusing the law of cause and effect means that I need to be able to defend myself because there are bad guys out there. So if we stay on the earthly plane, we'll stay with that point of view, won't we? But if we rise above a little bit, what used to be called prayer, it still is prayer, but we talk about transforming, rising above, mindfulness. These are the new words for prayer. They're good words, but it's still rising above, connecting to our source. Because your attack thoughts will be projected, you will fear attack. Yes. We believe we're separate. We see others as separate, see others treating us as separate. So then we become defensive, become afraid, actually. Because your attack thoughts will be projected, you will fear attack. And if you fear attack, you must believe that you are not invulnerable. Attack thoughts, therefore, make you vulnerable in your own mind, which is where attack thoughts are. Attack thoughts and invulnerability cannot be accepted together. They contradict each other. The idea for today introduces the thought that you will always attack yourself first, believing in separation. That's how the whole thing gets started. If attack thoughts must entail the belief that you are vulnerable, their effect is to weaken you in your own eyes. Remember, attack thoughts translate to the belief in separation. It's an attack on reality, an attack that can't change reality, but can cover reality up for us. Thus, they have attacked your perception of yourself, and because you believe in them, you can no longer believe in yourself. A false image of yourself has come to take the place of what you are. Practice for today's idea will help you to understand that vulnerability or invulnerability is the result of your own thoughts. Nothing except your thoughts can attack you. Nothing except your thoughts can make you think you are vulnerable. And nothing except your thoughts can prove you this is not so. This course is really designed to help us change our mind to the place where we really want to be, We want to believe in the unity of creation. We want to give up attack thoughts. 6 practice periods are required in applying today's idea. A full 2 minutes should be attempted for each of them, although the time may be reduced to a minute if the discomfort is too great. Do not reduce it further. The practice period should begin with repeating the idea for today, then closing your eyes and reviewing the unresolved questions whose outcomes are causing you concern. The concern may take the form of depression, worry, anger, a sense of imposition, fear, foreboding, or preoccupation. Any problem as yet unsettled that tends to recur in your thoughts during the day is suitable subject. You will not be able to use very many for one practice period, because a longer time than usual should be spent with each one. Today's idea should be applied as follows. First, name the situation. I am concerned about, fill in the blank. Then go over every possible outcome that has occurred to you in that connection, which has caused you concern, referring to each one quite specifically, saying, I am afraid of, fill in the blank, will happen. If you're doing the exercises properly, you should have some 5 or 6 distressing possibilities available for each situation you use, and quite possibly more. It is much more helpful to cover a few situations thoroughly than to touch on a larger number. As the list of anticipated outcomes for each situation continues, you will probably find that some of them, especially those that occur to you toward the end, less acceptable to you. Try, however, to treat them all alike, to whatever extent you can. After you name each outcome of which you're afraid, tell yourself, that thought is an attack upon myself. Conclude each practice period by repeating today's idea to yourself once more. Look, only the ego has an idea of the way it wants things to come. And we often manipulate to try and get what the ego's looking for. However, when we learn that it's all good, we can begin to give up the outcome and not feel so much worry or depression. Enjoy your practice.